Hey guys, welcome back to episode 4 of the Bledshow podcast. If you're watching the YouTube, you can see that I am in the back seat of my car, and you know what? It's working, okay? I don't hate it, and yeah, so girls gotta do what a girl's gotta do. Yeah. I hope you guys have been having a good week. I've been having a pretty good week. I've been thinking a lot about the podcast and episodes that I want to do in the future. And, you know, it's really hard putting yourself out there, one, just in general, in anything that you do. And I think it's also hard to share your thoughts with a bunch of people just because you don't know how it's going to be perceived. You don't know how it's going to be received. And that's a kind of scary thing, you know? I want to be really careful. I want to be really careful about the things that I say and the things that I talk about because, I mean, at the end of the day, I'm young and, you know, I'm not going to say everything perfectly. I'm not going to say most things perfectly. And all I can do is my best. And so my ultimate job is to share from my heart and share what I feel like the Lord is putting on my heart, and also just be myself, which is so hard to do. And I know I've already said this, but vulnerability is really tough, but that is something that I really want to portray on this podcast, because if I'm not vulnerable and if I'm not stepping out in vulnerability, then I can't expect for anyone else to do the same, and I can't begin to express and to stress how important it is to be vulnerable. I truly believe that so much good comes from being vulnerable, and in a world that is so superficial and fake and two-faced, vulnerability is needed. So yeah, that's why on today's episode I'm going to be talking about birthday posts. And you might be thinking, how is this related to being vulnerable? Listen, this is a topic I have been thinking about for years, okay? And I don't even know, what really brought it up. Also, I'm so sorry. I'm getting distracted because there's this husky that's just wandering around. I miss my dog. Okay. Anyways, birthday posts. Yeah, I don't know what made me start thinking about this, but I remember posting some videos on my Instagram story probably it was literally 3 years ago. It was 2 years ago because I was 16. But it just it got me thinking, why do we make birthday posts on social media? Why is that a thing? And I'm gonna break it down, okay? So here's the thing. I remember asking multiple people a couple years back. I asked a couple of people a few years back what they like to receive on their birthday. I asked if they would rather receive a birthday text, a birthday call, or a birthday post on social media. And I think it was my 14th or 15th birthday. I remember getting so upset because I had expected a lot of people to post on my birthday, and they just didn't. And I remember feeling so upset, and I couldn't figure out why. I was just so mad. I was like, nobody likes me, nobody loves me. I don't have any friends, this and that, kind of goes back to my first episode and, being down in the dumps about things that weren't even true, or, just my own insecurity issues. Yeah, I just remember like feeling so upset. And then when my 16th birthday came around, I don't really remember if I received a lot of social media posts, but it was around this time that I started thinking about why people care so much about birthday posts, because I knew friends that would get really upset when certain people wouldn't post on their birthdays, or even just like they just wouldn't receive a bunch of birthday posts in general. And it really got me thinking, what is it about birthday posts on social media that is so important? Because like, if it comes down to you just wanting to receive a special happy birthday from your friends, then why can't your friends just send you a text or call you or tell you in person? What is it about sharing it on social media that makes it so much better? And listen, I have made birthday posts, okay? Even after I started to like think about this, I stopped posting for everyone's birthday because that's what I would do. But even now, like, I know people that will post on every single person's birthday, whether they like the person or not. And I'm just like, okay, at that point, it's disingenuous, or disingenuine. I don't know, however you say that word. But yeah, I knew people that would post on everyone's birthday, and I was like, okay, that's weird. If you do that, I would just pray about that, think about that, question yourself about that. Why do you do that? But I'm not saying that it's a bad thing to post on people's birthdays, because I've posted long captions, like long birthday captions for a few people in my life, mainly just to share and express the kind of person that they have been to me and other people in life. And sometimes that's something you want to share because it can inspire other people to be better, to be kinder, to be more thoughtful, to practice the characteristics that this person you're wishing a happy birthday has attained. And so I'm not saying that birthday posts are horrible and evil and of the devil. They're literally not. That would be so crazy if I said that. Honestly, and a lot of people, I think that there's this desire for people to know that, like, oh, I have friends, and oh, people like me, and look at all of these people wishing me happy birthday, like, this is how many friends I have, type thing. And I think a lot of that is rooted in insecurity and identity and validation. But I want you to know that whether somebody posts on your birthday or not, it doesn't say anything about your value. It doesn't say anything about your worth. It doesn't even really say anything about how good of a friend they are. I've had a lot of people wish me happy birthday, and made it seem like on social media that we were really close and that they knew me so well and we were such good friends, when indeed we were not good friends. And so I think the main point I'm trying to get at is, like, know why you're doing something. Like, if it's your friend's birthday and your natural response would be, oh, I'm gonna make a birthday post for them, I would stop and ask yourself, oh, well, why am I making a birthday post for this person? Because I have a friend who really enjoys receiving birthday posts. She feels really encouraged by it. And I've talked to her about it, and I don't think it's ill-intentioned. And I don't even really think it's for validation, or at least not like the bad kind of validation. I don't know. But I am really good friends with her, and I know that about her, and so whenever her birthday comes around, I do make a birthday post for her, because I know that she's going to feel loved and celebrated by that. And at the end of the day, that's what you want to do for somebody's birthday, but honestly, it's personal preference. Again, I'm not preaching right or wrong. I'm not preaching good or bad in this episode. Like, I'm just sharing my thoughts on birthday posts and my opinion on them. But I really don't care when I receive birthday posts, because I don't know. I would rather receive like a personal video from someone, or a phone call, or even a text. Like, I just don't feel like those things need to be shared with everyone else. If people wrote something really nice about me on my birthday and posted it to social media, and other people saw that, of course I would feel good about that, because deep down I want people to see me as someone who's kind, someone who's loving, someone who's a good friend, someone who's a quote-unquote good person, even though I don't think anybody's really good. But even though like it would be nice, because it would help me, keep that image of myself up, I don't think it's necessary, and it's definitely not something that you should be upset about. If you don't receive any birthday posts on a birthday, I don't really see that happening for you, unless everybody just forgot about your birthday. Usually at least somebody posts on social media. But even if you received no birthday posts, I want to encourage you to get to a place where it's like, it doesn't matter. Because at the end of the day, the opinions of other people, it truly doesn't matter. For me personally, I know that I am called to live a life that is honoring to God, and so at the end of the day, He's the only one that I need to please. He's the only one that I need to impress. And even then, it's like all that He asks of me is to love Him back, and it's out of that love that I do these things for Him. He doesn't require those things of me. He doesn't even withhold anything good from me, because He's just gracious and merciful like that. But I do these things for Him, and I live a life glorifying to Him because of everything that He's done for me, and because I want to love Him back in any way that I can. And we love Him back through our obedience. And part of being obedient is not living a life that thrives on the validation of other people, because you're going to get let down at one point or another, whether it's a birthday post or it's something else. Like, people are going to let you down. It's inevitable. I'm going to let people down. You're going to let people down. We're all going to let people down. We're so imperfect. And so I don't know. I feel like people do a lot of things simply because it's just the thing to do, and it's the thing that everybody else does. And I think you just need to be careful about that, even with like the smallest things, like a birthday post, because the small things add up. And that's something that I've been like super big on for a really long time, is knowing why I'm doing something, having a reason for what I'm doing, having a meaning behind it. Otherwise, why am I doing it? Why does it matter? What's the purpose? All the things. I think I got my point across. I think we are going to end there. If you enjoyed today's episode of the podcast, please leave a review or a comment. I would love to hear from you guys. I always appreciate the feedback. Be sure to follow my social medias. They will be linked in the description. Thank you guys for listening to the podcast, this episode and previous episodes. I appreciate the support while I'm still trying to figure things out, still kind of trying to find my voice and my groove and all those things. So I really appreciate you guys. I hope that you have a fantastic week, and I will see you guys on the next episode.